winning streak snapped and slipped to 22-11. The Bruins fall to 2-3 all-time in this tournament. Belmont was making its first appearance ever in the MVC tournament semifinals. They are now 2-5 all-time against Drake, 0-1 against the Bulldogs in this tournament.
All I said was see those. Here, my sandals, guys.
Advertising Adidas to get NIL for that.
Hey, shoes, I love these. These things are so comfy.
This might be a bad idea.
Let's make it happen, actually.
The Missouri Valley Conference regular season champion Drake Bulldogs are with us. Head coach Ben McCullum is in the middle. Daniel Abreu and Bennett Sturts is also on the dais. We're going to ask Ben to make a statement on the game that just concluded, and then we will go to questions for all three of the Bulldogs sitting up here. Ben, please.
Yeah, I thought Belmont guarded as well as I've seen them all year. I thought they had a great game plan. I thought they were fantastic. They competed, really stymied us out of the gates. And to where we just, borderline coming out of half, we just went one-on-one to, just try to get some offense, get in the paint a little bit more, and it seemed to work okay. One thing, I thought coming out for us, I didn't think we concentrated or focused overly well. I didn't think we executed. I didn't think we got to our stuff fast enough, all those things. But, coming out that second half, the cool part about the program that we built is not only do we have tough, really good players, we've got a really good staff. And I thought our staff, I came out and Josh Sash in particular came up to me and said, "Hey, Coach, we're going to need you," because I was coaching a little frustrated that first half. And he said, "Hey, make sure you're," and I was like, "Yeah, you're right." And so we dialed back in. We stopped coaching so frustrated. I did, at least. The whole staff kept everybody positive throughout, did a great job of that. That's the benefit of getting the right people. We got great kids and a great staff, and they pick you up when you're not at your best.
We're going to start on the camera level right back there. Thank you.
Yeah, Bennett, that 7-0 run to start the second half by yourself, did you feel like it was a time for you to take over the game?
I mean, yes and no. Our offense was pretty stagnant in the first half, so just wanted to come out firing for my teammates and just trying to help break that lead in half. And I think I did that. I don't know. I think I came out aggressive enough.
Yeah, you did good. Yeah, it was just called one-on-one, 1-4 low, like in first grade.
And Coach, a follow-up to
coaching.
that, how important is it when you've got the league MVP to step up in moments like that?
Yeah, I mean, you get good players, it makes you look like you can coach a little bit. That's kind of the theory behind it. So, but again, I say it in every interview, and I'll say it again, and Bennett would be the first to say it as well. The other guys kind of allow him to be who he wants to be, and everybody fits their role, and everybody does what they're supposed to do. And so he's, allowed to be what he's supposed to be, and, obviously everybody else on through is allowed to kind of be who they're supposed to be.
Right here. Thank you.
Coach, can you talk about the impact of having Bennett Sturts, especially in this game?
Well, you come out and your offense isn't working, and so you say, let's get the switch, and then flatten everybody out and go 1-4 low. So, again, that's coaching 101. Give the ball to your best scorer and get out of his way for a little bit and see what happens. And, that certainly helps as a coach to have that kind of dynamic of a player. And, he's obviously pretty elite defensively as well. So, and works with a high level of humility, which allows him to be that good.
Right here on the aisle, and she'll go right back behind her. Go ahead.
Okay. Coach, after the first half, you guys started playing exceptionally well on the offense, but you also held Belmont to only 20 points on the defense for the second half. Can you describe what kind of impact the players were having when it comes to not only the offense, but for the defense coming out of that second half, or out of the first half?
Yeah, we played Zay Jackson a lot more. I had him up for all defensive team, and he didn't get it. I also had Daniel as well. But he's as good a defender as there is in this league, in my opinion. And so he completely took, I'd say the whole team did a great job, and they did. But when you take away Carter Witt, it takes away a lot of stuff. And he single-handedly, to a certain level, took him out of the game. He had 6 turnovers, and I think most of them were probably in that second half. And so, yes, I thought we all buckled down, and we got defensive rebounds, but I would say, if Bennett really triggered our offense, I would say Zay Jackson triggered our defense.
What does 29 wins sound like to you guys?
Daniel, you're first, and then Bennett.
It doesn't sound like much right now because tomorrow that doesn't mean anything. So it sounds like 0-0 to me. That's my mindset going into it.
That's all I got. That's great.
I think they'll probably, I can answer for them because they're going to give you the company answer. I think that that's what allows them to get it, is they're very process focused. They're not seeing 29 wins, they're seeing we've got one game. Like that's all we've got, and we've got to go 1-0. And so I think once the season ends, I think they'll probably look back and say, man, that was really special what we did. But more importantly, they'll probably look back and think, how special was the summer? How special was it when we were all trying to come together and moving to Des Moines and you know, moving into Drake and getting everybody acclimated and fighting through summer workouts, et cetera, et cetera. Those are kind of the memories more so than even the records.
That's essentially what I meant.
That's what he meant. Yeah.
Right here, thank you.
Yeah, Daniel, from your perspective, what was not working for you guys in the first half that you guys got going in the second half? What had to change?
I just felt like it was very slow. It seemed like we were just standing in our spots, not much action coming in any part of the floor. And it was great that Bennett took over in that first couple minutes of the second half to finally get us going, and it got us moving, and then we were able to look at different reads because the defense was shifting now. But yeah, we were very stagnant in that first half, and that's what led to what happened.
All the way in the back, thank you.
Yeah, Coach, how important was it to hold Belmont to just 20 points in that second half?
Well, really important. I mean, because we could have only held them to 26 to be able to win the game. So 20 was even better. But from a defensive perspective, like I said, I thought Zay Jackson was great. I thought the first half we gave them, where we just didn't stick shooters. They have a lot of shooting, and so we didn't like stick and swipe, and they just kind of shot it and made it, you know. And I think there was about 9 to 12 points just on that alone. And then we gave up O boards off of that. I thought more importantly, though, in that second half, I thought our offense helped our defense, meaning we were a lot more efficient offensively. We were able to set our defense. When they get out in transition, you know, there's no better team in our league offensively than them. I mean, they are elite. Obviously, Casey's as good a coach as there is, and you know, so you know, I thought our offense really was able to set our defense a little bit more.
Bennett, that last sequence when you were looking for Daniel and turned it over, I know you were laughing after that. What's it say about you to, on the other end, dive for that loose ball and help force a stop?
Yeah, I made a pretty stupid mistake there, just turning it over and just try to give it all for my team on the defensive end. If I wouldn't have dove, maybe he made the layup, and it was a 3-point game, if I recall. If he makes that layup, so it's a whole different game if I don't dive there.
And what would your dad have done had you not dove on that one after you made that pass?
Taking me out.
His dad would have came down to the bench and said, Mac, take him out. That was a big-time play. That's part of it. That's a big-time play. Big-time play. That's a bigger play than the 7 points out of half. Big-time play.
Yep, on the end, back there, thanks.
Coach McCollum, I know you won a bunch of these over on the Division II level, but how have you grown as a coach over the last year now that you're on the cusp of potentially winning a conference championship here in Division I?
Yeah, good question. I don't know. I thought, it's a long answer. I'll keep it short, though. I thought when I was at Division II and jobs would come and go, and we wouldn't go do it. I didn't think I was probably totally like as ready as I was when we took this as a coach. And so I thought that over time I kind of started to figure out, okay, when we make this transition, what's it going to look like? And then the perfect opportunity came open, and then obviously we went. I think the thing that I've learned and continue to learn and almost just more solidify in my mind is tough kids and good kids, high character kids, allow you to win at an elite level. You can win with low character kids for a year, you cannot do it over time, and you can't create a culture that churns out some of the best human beings that there are. And I just continue to grow in that and continue to believe in that. And these guys allow me to, continue down that path of believing, hey, good kids, good character kids, that's what it is. Do the right things. That's how you win championships. I don't care what anybody says about talent, I think we got plenty of talent, but tough kids win championships. That's what they do. So that's what I've learned, even more.
We have 3 minutes left in this session. Questions over here on the right, gentlemen.
Coach, can you talk about rebounding? You struggled with that today, which is rare for you guys. And why was that, and what do you need to do better tomorrow?
I thought Belmont had a lot to do with that. I thought that was probably part of their game plan, would be my guess. I thought they were super physical. I thought they out-toughed us that first half considerably. I just thought they were that much better on rebounding. I didn't think we were great, but I thought they were better. I think it was more Belmont than us in regards to rebounding. So we just need to be a little bit better next game for sure.
Anything else for the Bulldogs? Harry, okay.
Ben, I know you're next game is the only game. Do you concern yourself at all with the idea of what it might look like to go to the NCAA tournament yet?
No, not at all. Not
I already
even
knew
one
the
bit.
answer, but
Yeah, I don't know.
more
You
flowery?
try. You try. No, I don't. I will say this. It was, I think Brian might have offered me the job on maybe a Thursday or something like that. I don't know, maybe a Friday. And I went home and I sat there, and I think it was like about 3 a.m. You don't sleep a lot in the postseason. About 3 a.m. I woke up. I'm like, I think I want to do this thing. And really, kind of there was a moment there that said, why do I want to make this change? And playing in the Division I NCAA tournament was a part of that decision. Not only just to play for coach for a different program, try to make a difference, somewhere else, but playing there. In regards to tomorrow, no, because I don't have any control over it. I have zero control over whether we play in the NCAA tournament or not. So I'm not going to concern myself with it. I'm just going to concern myself with preparing this team and fighting and being a little better coach than I was today.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck tomorrow. Bulldogs will play the winner of Bradley Valparaiso, 1 o'clock Central Time.